Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Job transfer for all. 100 times more damage, all the monsters ran away. Chapter 1. Dragon Kingdom. Donghai Province, Haiyu City. All the senior teachers and students of number 1 senior high school gathered at the edge of the playground. Amid the commotion, everyone's eyes shone with anticipation and excitement. They know that today is the key turning point in their lives, the day of career awakening. Chen Shu stood silently among the crowd, listening carefully to Principal Feng Kang's speech. Students, don't worry, let alone be nervous. Our current awakening success rate is 100%. After more than 100 years of development, the probability of awakening the combat profession has increased from 10% to 30%. There is no high or low profession, even if the awakened profession is an auxiliary profession or a life profession, it is still full of unlimited prospects. Is there no noble or humble profession? Chen Shu knew that Principal Feng was talking nonsense again. Given the current situation, the combat profession is still the most popular profession. A large number of combat professionals are needed on the front line, and combat professionals are also needed in the rear cities to maintain order. However, powerful support is also a must-have. Whether it is in a secret realm, a copy, or on the frontline battlefield, powerful support is indispensable. As for the life profession, it can only be ranked at the bottom. After all, there has been no god-level life profession so far. Block the principal's speech. Chen Shu raised his head and looked at the awakening formation that was about to be set up in the center of the playground. The corners of his mouth were slightly raised, showing an expectant look. It has been 3 years since he traveled to Aquamarine Star. During these 3 years, he has a clear understanding of the world. This is a world where games and reality merge. In this world, monsters are rampant, secret realms are everywhere, and abyss are everywhere. The humans on Aquamarine have been digitized, and they can gain experience by clearing dungeons, conquering secret realms, and killing monsters in the wild. The experience gained can improve the character level, and new skills can be awakened after reaching a certain level. After you become stronger, you can go to the frontline battlefields, like those martyrs, to fight for the survival of mankind and open up more living space for mankind. After all, the entire Aquablue planet is 100 times larger than before, and humans only control less than 1,000th of it. Old Chen, you are about to change jobs. Which profession do you most expect to awaken? Beside him, his deskmate and best friend Wang Jiming gently touched Chen Shu with his elbow, interrupting Chen Shu's thoughts. Chen Shu frowned slightly, and complicated thoughts came to his mind. He is an orphan. His father died on the front line when he was 6 years old. His mother became seriously ill and left him when he was 12 years old. Judging from Chen Shu's inner wish, he longs to become a fighting professional and kill all monsters to avenge his father. It would be even better if rare professions or even hidden professions could be awakened. In the past 3 years, he has studied diligently and has become a veritable top student in Haiyu No. 1 Middle School. Old Chen, it would be great if I could awaken rare professions. Elemental Mage, Thorn Warrior, Shadow Archer, just choose one. Wang Jiming muttered to himself when he saw Chen Shu was silent. Wang Jiming, I am eager to hide my career. Old Chen, the hidden profession has not appeared for decades. I believe you can do it. To be honest, I long to awaken a rare profession just to pick up girls and show off. Although the conversation between Chen Shu and Wang Jiming was subtle, Shui Yang, who was standing behind them on the right side, had no expression on his face and his eyes were full of gloom. Shui Yang was born into a distinguished family, and his father was a powerful combat professional. He was also very prosperous in Haiyu No. 1 Middle School and was known as a famous talent. However, his ranking in Haiyu No. 1 Middle School was only third, behind the 2 top students, Chen Shu and Lan Yujiao. Lan Yujiao surpassed him in studies, which didn't matter to him. After all, the Lan family was far stronger than the Shui family. Chen Shu is just an orphan, but why does he surpass him in everything? Whether it is appearance or academic performance, Chen Shu leaves Shui Yang far behind. Therefore, Shui Yang has always had a dislike for Chen Shu, or he is jealous of Chen Shu. HMPH, once you awaken to your life and career, you will never be able to turn around again. Shui Yang's eyes were full of malice, and he cursed secretly deep in his heart. As a ray of light rose into the sky, the job transfer formation had been set up. Principal Feng Kang interrupted his previous speech, glanced at the students who were preparing to participate in the transfer and said, "The transfer ceremony has officially begun. Under the leadership of the class teacher, transfers will be carried out in accordance with the order of the class." A group of people came to the job transfer formation. The head teachers of each class stepped forward and said respectfully to an old man, "Master Liu, I'm sorry to trouble you today." The old man shook his head and said, "This is my duty and what I should do." Several head teachers exchanged greetings with Master Liu and then returned to their respective classes. The next job transfers will be carried out according to class, and the first one to transfer is Class 1, Grade 3. Zhang Xiao, the head teacher of Class 1, Grade 3, took out a list of names from his pocket. Zhang Xiao raised his head, glanced at the students in his class, and said, "Young boys, I have taught you everything that needs to be taught, and you have also learned it. You will know whether you are a mule or a horse when you enter the job transfer formation." The first one, Xu Yun. As Zhang Xiao read out his name, the job transfer ceremony officially began. Class 1, Grade 3. Xu Yun responded, looking a little nervous as the first senior high school student to participate in the job transfer. After entering the formation, a burst of soft white light shone, and Xu Yun successfully changed his job. Lifestyle occupation, chef. Xu Yun left the scene gloomily. Xu Yun sighed slightly. He actually inherited his father's business and was a chef like his father. The second Zhao Heng. After Zhao Heng heard the roll call, he ran all the way. After entering the formation, there was another burst of soft white light. Life career, appraiser. Zhao Heng looked happy. He was very satisfied with his career. Appraiser is considered an upstream profession among lifestyle professions and can be very profitable. Fang Dao, Li Wenbin, Lu Yu. One after another students entered the formation. Judging from the current situation, there are relatively few people who have transferred to combat professions, far from reaching the 30% mentioned by the principal. Next, Lan Yujiao. Everyone's eyes suddenly froze. Lan Yujiao is not only a school beauty, but also an out-and-out top student. Although she was suppressed by Chen Shu, she never gave up. Lan Yujiao walked past Chen Shu with long legs and turned to glance at Chen Shu, who looked indifferent. "Chen Shu, I will never admit defeat. You will be stepped on by me." Chen Shu shrugged and turned a deaf ear to Lan Yujiao's provocative words. Chen Shu didn't have any bad opinions about the eldest lady of the Lan family. She usually cherished words like gold, was arrogant and indifferent. It is rare to say such a long sentence to him now. Lan Yujiao entered the formation with proud steps, her face full of confidence. The next moment, the job transfer formation burst out with bright light, and a huge iceberg appeared in the light. The iceberg exploded, and countless ice crystals scattered, gathering into a torrent of ice crystals and sinking into Lan Yujiao's body. This was a vision that had never been seen before. Principal Feng Kang was overjoyed and shouted excitedly, "A vision, a rare profession. The main combat type rare profession, Ice Soul Mage. Wow, she is indeed the top student in number 1 middle school, and she actually has a rare profession of main combat type. Ice Soul Mage, a very awesome profession. The school beauty Lan is really amazing." Everyone is envious. Feng Kang has arrived in front of Lan Yujiao. "Classmate Lan, you must work hard in the future and strive to become a strong professional and the pride of the Dragon Kingdom." "Principal, I will work hard," Lan Yujiao replied respectfully. Feng Kang nodded. The Lan family where Lan Yujiao belonged was very powerful. After Lan Yujiao awakened to a rare profession, they would definitely devote a lot of resources to training her. Lan Yujiao returned to Class 1 with excitement. At this time, her eyes turned to Chen Shu, who was standing still. What profession can Chen Shu awaken? Is it also a rare profession? Next, Shui Yang, the head teacher, Zhang Xiao, began to call the roll call. Shui Yang responded and entered the formation with confident steps. After a burst of dazzling white light, Shui Yang's job change was completed. Main combat occupation, Fire Archer. Although Shui Yang has not awakened a rare profession, the Flame Archer is an advanced shooter profession and is stronger than ordinary shooters. After returning to Class 1, Shui Yang frowned slightly. He also hopes to awaken rare professions, and even rarer hidden professions. Shui Yong looked at Chen Shu in front of him and prayed silently in his heart, hoping that Chen Shu would awaken to his career. From then on, he was trampled under his feet. Next, Wang Jiming. Main combat occupation: Gale shooter. Ha ha ha, my golden right hand is actually a blast shooter, I'm very satisfied. Wang Jiming laughed loudly after returning to class and gave Chen Shu a warm hug. Wang Jiming, congratulations. Next, Chen Shu. The voice of head teacher Zhang Xiao reached everyone's ears. In an instant, all eyes were on him. Chen Shu is not only the schoolboy of number 1 middle school, but also the top academic genius in the whole grade. As his name suggests, Chen Shu always carries a book in his hand. His classmates say behind his back that he is a nerd who doesn't understand the style. Come on, old Chen. Wang Jiming beside him cheered for Chen Shu. Lan Yujiao awakened a rare profession, and Chen Shu could also awaken a more powerful profession. After a while, Chen Shu was already standing in the middle of the formation. A dazzling white light shined, and Chen Shu successfully completed his job transfer. Main combat occupation: warrior. Some people felt sorry, while others were secretly happy. Grades are not everything. It doesn't matter if Chen Shu is a top student, there is still no rare profession. Lan Yujiao let out a heavy breath. Before Chen Shu transferred her job, she was still worried. Now that the results have appeared, she is sure to trample Chen Shu under her feet. Chen Shu calmly returned to the class team. Wang Jiming stood aside and said nothing. He didn't know whether to congratulate Chen Shu or comfort Chen Shu. Judging from his family situation, it is a good thing that he has now awakened to the main combat profession. Judging from his results, it is a pity that he did not awaken a rare profession. Chen Shu didn't care about the outside world's opinions. He was busy studying his attribute panel. Name: Chen Shu. Occupation: warrior. Level: 0%. Physique: 10. 1 point of physical strength equals 20 chi and blood equals 1 point of physical defense. Strength: 15. 1 point of strength equals 1 damage. Agility: 10. 1 point of agility equals 1 speed. Spirit: 10. 1 point of spirit equals 10 mana equals 1 point of magic damage equals 1 point of magic defense. Skills: charge, heavy slash. Charge: charge towards an enemy. The struck object will be stunned for 1 second and its movement speed will be reduced by 35% for 6 seconds. The cooldown time is 60 seconds. Heavy slash: slams a single target, increasing self-damage by 25%, with a cooldown of 30 seconds. There's nothing special about the panel. When Chen Shu was about to close the panel, he found a red arrow pointing downward at the bottom of the panel. Without any hesitation, click on the arrow using your mind. Old Chen, are you okay? Warrior is the main combat profession. From now on, we will kill monsters together to level up. Seeing Chen Shu's dull expression, Wang Jiming reached out and patted Chen Shu's arm. Shui Yang, in the rear right, has a bad look in his eyes. He has been silently praying for Chen Shu to awaken to his career. However, Chen Shu still awakened to the main combat profession. HMPH, an ordinary main combat profession will still be a cannon fodder in the future. Shui Yang muttered in his heart. This cannot be said. Most people have awakened to auxiliary professions and life professions and dislike the main combat professions. This will offend a large number of people in life and auxiliary professions. Shui Yang is excellent in all aspects and has a high emotional intelligence. He is not the second-generation idiot who is brainless. At this time, Chen Shu blocked out the external noise and was concentrating on studying the second panel. Name: Chen Shu. Occupation: warrior. Level: 0%. 10-fold increase in attribute points. God level talent: each time you advance to a level, the fixed attribute points and free attribute points obtained increase tenfold. 100 times physical damage. God level talent: not unlocked automatically when reaching level 10. 10 times attack bonus. God level talent: not unlocked automatically when reaching level 30. 1000 times of spell retaliation. God level talent: not unlocked automatically unlocked when reaching level 50. The first thing to activate is the tenfold increase in attribute points. This talent is a bit abnormal. The attribute points gained by upgrading to a level are 10 times that of others. The second 100 times the physical damage. The third 10-fold attack bonus. The fourth 100 times spell counter injury. Chen Shu couldn't help but smile. If he were alone at the scene, he would want to laugh loudly. Mom, what are the rare main combat professions? With the second panel, I don't want to exchange even for the shadow hidden profession. Chen Shu muttered in his heart. Chen Shu, are you okay? The head teacher Zhang Xiao frowned slightly and reached out to pat Chen Shu on the shoulder. He was a little worried about Chen Shu's condition. He likes this student Chen Shu very much. He has a good brain and can teach him well. Originally, he also expected Chen Shu to awaken the rare main combat profession. Now that the main combat class has awakened, this result can be accepted. After all, the main combat class only has a 30% chance of awakening. Teacher Zhang, I'm fine. I will work hard to become stronger. Okay, then the teacher is off to work. Zhang Xiao gave Chen Shu an encouraging look. Time flies so fast that everyone's job transfer is over. During this job transfer process, among more than 200 people, 56 people have awakened to the main combat profession. 21 people have awakened to auxiliary professions. The rest are all in various life occupations. Feng Kang is very satisfied with this job transfer. It can be said that this is the best one in recent years. Not only Lan Yujiao has awakened the rare main combat profession, but there are also several students who have awakened the sealing priest of the auxiliary profession. Students, from today on you are professionals. No matter what kind of career you change, you must take it seriously. You will all have a bright future. Students of awakening life occupations will be registered together to decide your future destination. As for students who have awakened the main combat profession and the auxiliary profession, please note that they will take the college entrance examination in 7 days. Starting tomorrow, the novice copy of Haiyu City will be open to you for free. As long as you bring your student ID, you can come and go freely. I hope the students will work hard to improve their grades and enter a top professional university. Principal Feng Kang finished speaking. Students in main combat occupations and auxiliary occupations were extremely excited. Hurry up your level, get ideal grades, and be admitted to a well-known professional university, and you will skyrocket in the future. Some students have already started looking for teammates. The most advanced monster in the novice copy is LV5. Although the experience is shared in a team, the efficiency of killing monsters is higher than that of a single player. Old Chen, let's form a team and sweep the novice dungeon. Wang Jiming didn't find anyone else to form a team, he was still worried about Chen Shu. Wang Jiming, you go find other students to form a team. I don't want to participate in the novice copy. Wang Jiming took a careful look at Chen Shu. There was no melancholy on Chen Shu's face, and his expression was calm. Old Chen, you don't want to participate in the novice copy. Then what do you want to do? There is no danger in the novice copy. The first copy of the main combat profession is the novice copy. Going to the wild to level up is simply asking for death. Not only are there many monsters in the wild, but there are also elite monsters and monster leaders. Even a full squad would not dare to fight against the monster leader. I want to visit Donglai town. As expected, Lao Chen, you really want to go out into the wild. Wang Jiming made a loud noise, attracting the attention of the surrounding students. All kinds of strange eyes focused on Chen Shu. This move aroused the curiosity of many people, who came forward to discuss Chen Shu with different opinions. Chen Shu was staring at the sky in the distance, his eyes deep and firm. I once dreamed of traveling to the ends of the earth with my sword and seeing the prosperity of the world. As soon as these words came out, the whole place was in an uproar, and all kinds of voices filled Chen Shu's ears in an instant. This, Chen Shu, are you really crazy? That's right. How should you deal with those ferocious monsters in the wild? However, Chen Shu was determined and unwilling to give any explanation to everyone. He left directly and walked firmly towards the dormitory. Chen Shu hurried back to the dormitory. Put some food and drink in your warehouse. After successfully changing professions, each profession will have a cubic warehouse. Chen Shu has 2 panels, and the volume of the warehouse has also been doubled to 2 cubic meters. Half an hour later, Chen Shu stood outside the door of the Professionals Association. Every main combat professional who successfully changes jobs can receive a free novice weapon. Receiving it is very simple, just fill in the information. Chen Shu put the novice sword into the warehouse and immediately went to the teleportation hall of the Professionals Association. Since the integration of games and reality, the long-distance means of transportation is the teleportation array. No one drives or flies stupidly. In front of powerful monsters, those vehicles are as fragile as paper. People sitting inside directly become snacks for monsters. Chen Shu entered the teleportation hall and felt someone watching him behind him. Looking back suddenly, he saw a plump young woman looking at him with a smile. Chen Shu immediately moved some distance away. The woman's name was Lan Fengling, and she was an archer, followed by several main combat professionals. Several main combat professionals followed Lan Fengling into the teleportation hall. Lan Fengling looked back at Chen Shu. The other teammates laughed. "Captain, are you interested in this boy? Don't tell me, this boy is quite handsome. It would be great if he could be kept at home." "He is indeed handsome, otherwise the captain wouldn't look back. He should have just completed his job transfer. Shouldn't he be in the novice copy? Why did he come to the teleportation hall alone? This is the same as me at the beginning. I thought my job transfer was successful and I just wanted to show my strength. Unfortunately, monsters in the wild are not that easy to kill. I am sure that he will be scared to wet his pants when he enters the wild. Haha, I think we were fools back then. We didn't go to the novice dungeon and went straight to the wild to level up." The few people chatted happily, not paying attention to the newbie Chen Shu at all. Chen Shu continued to walk forward, following Lan Fengling and others. Chen Shu's goal was the same as theirs, to teleport into the wild, kill monsters, and improve his strength. Walk through the living room and arrive at the ticket office. Chen Shu lined up and stepped forward. "Please, little sister, please give me a teleportation ticket to Donglai Town." "Please wait a moment. The ticket price is 100 Dragon Country coins. This is the teleportation ticket." "Thanks." After Chen Shu paid the money, he walked along the passage and entered the hall where the teleportation array was built. The location is marked next to it, Donglai Town. This is Chen Shu's destination. The two people next to them directed the professionals to enter the teleportation array, both in small groups. Chen Shu handed over the ticket and entered, standing in the teleportation array, feeling very excited. With a flash of white light, the teleportation array opened. Chen Shu felt his body falling rapidly, and his whole body fell to the ground. People around looked at Chen Shu curiously. Chen Shu slowly got up without any trace of embarrassment. He firmly believed that as long as he was not embarrassed, others would be embarrassed. "Hey, a level 0 rookie, this must be a student who has just transferred to another profession. You really don't know how to live or die. You dare to come to Donglai Town alone. I bet he would wet his pants if he saw a monster." Lan Fengling smiled and said, "You haven't come from that age, so what qualifications do you have to criticize others? After all, they dare to go out alone. Isn't this courage worthy of your praise? Lan Fengling, you must have fallen in love with this little guy, right? This little guy was quite handsome. It would be a pity to die in the wild. Hee, be careful, classmate, the person standing next to you is the Black Widow, be careful she eats you." Lan Fengling said angrily. "Go away, who the hell is the Black Widow?" Several people laughed and turned to leave. It was obvious that they were acquaintances with each other. "Little classmate, which high school are you from? Meeting each other in Donglai Town is a kind of fate. No one can guarantee whether they will see each other next time." "Hello, I am a student of Haiyu number 1 middle school. I just participated in the awakening ceremony today." Lan Fengling took a careful look at Chen Shu and said with a smile, "My cousin is also in number 1 middle school, her name is Lan Yujiao. Do my classmates know her?" Chen Shu was slightly startled. The woman in front of him turned out to be Lan Yujiao's cousin. Looking closely, she looked somewhat similar. "Lan Yujiao is in the same class as me. Today she awakened the rare main combat profession Ice Soul Mage. This cousin is really evil. It seems that her status in the family will rise." Lan Fengling got excited and stamped her feet, causing the 2 white rabbits on her chest to jump up, leaving Chen Shu stunned. "Okay, I won't chat with you anymore. I have to upgrade quickly. I look forward to meeting you again." Lan Fengling saw her team members waving and said goodbye to Chen Shu, then she hurried away in small steps. Looking at Lan Fengling's retreating figure, Chen Shu began to develop the planned plan. In the northeast of Donglai town, a large number of Banya rabbits gathered. It's a perfect place for him now. Isn't that a paradise for newbies? Donglai town is not large. The area will not exceed 60,000 square meters. As a place for professionals to stay, there is only one professional association hall. Other places are either hotels for accommodation or restaurants and pubs for professionals to eat and drink. There used to be blacksmith shops, jewelry shops, weapons shops, and armor shops. After being attacked by a beast wave, these shops were moved from Donglai town. Northeast of Donglai town, Chen Shu held a novice sword and entered the level 0 Banya rabbit territory with an expectant look on his face. Rabbit. Level 0. Constitution 5. Strength 7. Agility 13. Skills. Kicking, cuteness. The rabbit in front of him looked cute. Chen Shu was not fooled by the appearance of the rabbit. Monsters are monsters. If you don't kill it, it will eat you. Before taking action, Chen Shu carefully observed the distribution of the rabbits and picked out those lone rabbits to attack. If they were surrounded by Banya rabbit, they would be dead with their current strength. Chen Shu raised his sword and pounced on a stunned rabbit. He struck first and killed the first rabbit in a few minutes. Congratulations on killing the level 0 Banya rabbit, experience plus 5. Level 0 Banya rabbits only have 5 experience points and require 20 level 0 Banya rabbits to upgrade. Come on, as long as you reach level 1, the rest will be easy. Chen Shu swung the novice sword in his hand and looked at the other Banya rabbit not far away. An hour later, Chen Shu ushered in his first upgrade. Name, Chen Shu. Occupation, warrior. Level, 10%. Constitution, 30. Strength, 35. Agility, 30. Spirit, 30. Free attribute points, 120. Skills, charge, heavy slash. Charge, charge towards an enemy. The struck object will be stunned for 1 second and its movement speed will be reduced by 35% for 6 seconds. The cooldown time is 60 seconds. Heavy slash. Slams a single target, increasing self-damage by 25%, with a cooldown of 30 seconds. Chen Shu looked at the potential points and fell into brief contemplation. How to add potential points. Physical damage can only be unlocked at level 10. The damage is currently low, so Chen Shu decided to focus all on strength. From level 1 to level 10, all potential points increase strength. After level 10, all potential points are added to the constitution. Chen Shu's upgrade to 1 level is equivalent to the potential points that others have to upgrade to level 10, which is enough for him to squander. With 120 attribute points all placed on strength, Chen Shu's attack damage instantly reached another level. The health of the rabbit is only 100, and some rabbits have 120 health. Level 1 Chen Shu is like a cute little rabbit in the level 0 Banya rabbit area. In the next 2 hours, the Banya rabbit was slaughtered by Chen Shu. Although the experience has been reduced, it cannot stand up to the large number. At this time, Chen Shu's level has reached level 3. After 3 hours of hard leveling, no equipment was revealed. Chen Shu knew that the explosion rate of low-level monsters was pitifully low, and it was common for them to have no harvest. Unless you enter a specific dungeon, the explosion rate will increase. Chen Shu was sitting in the open space to rest. With the blessing of 10 times the attribute points, he could now kill monsters by leapfrogging levels. Even if you enter the level 5 monster area, you will still kill a child with 1 sword. However, it was getting dark and it was time to return to Donglai town to rest. With his current strength, he can't do whatever he wants in the wild. At night, high-level monsters will run around. In the level 0 Banya rabbit area, there may be level 10 orcs. Once encountered, Chen Shu will have nowhere to escape. Orcs like to act in groups and can fight in groups, never alone. If they were swarmed, Chen Shu would really be unable to resist. If the level is raised to level 5 or above, even if there is a group of orcs, Chen Shu will not be afraid. Return to Donglai town. Chen Shu saw Lan Fengling. At this time, their team was short of members, and one of the main combat professionals had not returned. Little classmate, congratulations on your safe return. The first person to say hello was Lan Fengling. The 3 main combat professionals beside her lowered their heads and remained silent. Hello, Sister Lan, I just took a walk around the perimeter and didn't do anything. Chen Shu's panel is set to be private, so no one can check his level. Lan Fengling smiled slightly, hesitated for a moment and then said, Little classmate, are you interested in joining our team? We will help you level up. Lan Fengling didn't know why she invited Chen Shu. When she said this, she wondered if she was crazy. A level 0 rookie is a burden with no benefit whatsoever. Captain, this isn't appropriate. We are almost level 20, and we are leading a level 0 rookie. A mage behind Lan Fengling first objected. The four of them brought a level 0 rookie, which would only bring disadvantages but no benefits. Chen Shu gently rubbed his cheek and said with a smile, Thank you Captain Lan for your kindness. I came here to see you. Joining your team will also be a drag on you. Well, my little classmate is very self-aware. I would like to advise you to go back to the novice secret realm in Haiyu City tomorrow. That is the place that is suitable for you. Seeing Chen Shu's decisive refusal, the master showed a hint of joy on his tense face. Lan Fengling stared at Chen Shu's face and smiled awkwardly. She knew that she had been hasty before, and it was indeed inappropriate to invite Chen Shu, who was level 0. Little classmate, our team will stay in Donglai Town for 10 days and a half. If you encounter any difficulties, you can come to us. As for Lan Fengling's proposal, the other team members didn't have any objections. As long as they didn't follow them, it didn't matter if they did a small favor. Thank you, Captain Lan. I'm going to the hotel to rest. See you later. See you later. Lan Fengling responded enthusiastically and watched Chen Shu go away with a deep look. The next day, Chen Shu has regained his energy. After having breakfast, leave the small town of Donglai Town and go to the level 5 monster area. In Haiyu City, students who have awakened to the main combat profession are queuing up at the entrance to the novice copy. Among the waiting crowd, Lan Yujiao was also among them. Yesterday, after Lan Yujiao informed her parents about her awakening, the Lan family made a temporary decision. If Lan Yujiao doesn't reach level 5, he won't take her to Donglai Town to practice leveling. This is also a disguised form of protection for him. After all, there are too many uncertainties in Donglai Town. Lan Yujiao's rare main combat profession is the future of the family, and no accidents are allowed. Outside the freshman copy, main combat professionals from various high schools in Haiyu City are queuing up. They are still at level 0, while Chen Shu, who is far away in Donglai Town, has already reached level 3. Level 5 Monster Area. Congratulations on killing the level 5 Black Pig, experience plus 50. Congratulations on killing the level 5 Black Pig, experience plus 50. Chen Shu was holding a novice sword, his eyes were extremely firm, and there was fresh blood on the novice sword. In just half an hour, Chen Shu had already reached level 4. When 120 potential points are added to strength, Chen Shu's damage increases a lot. Now facing level 7 goblins, Chen Shu can kill them with one sword. Chen Shu was hesitant to stay in the level 5 black-haired pig area for a level skipping challenge. In Donglai Town, no one competed with him for low-level monsters, but in the level 7 goblin area, the number of goblins was far less than the number of level 5 black pigs. After clearing the novice dungeon several times, all professions can basically be upgraded to level 5. Rare professions like Lan Yujiao, who are main battle types, should be able to be promoted to level 7. After they arrived at Donglai Town, they formed a team and headed to the level 6 or 7 monster area. In the level 5 area, no one grabbed it. As a result, level 5 black pigs formed in large groups. Continue to kill the Iberico pig. Although it doesn't have as much experience as goblins, it makes up for it with quantity. At noon, Chen Shu has reached level 5. This speed is already embarrassing. So far, Lan Yujiao's level is level 1, and she still needs 30% experience to advance to level 2. One step first, every step first. There is a difference of 4 levels. It is impossible to catch up with Chen Shu for the time being. Level 5 Chen Shu, whose strength has reached 715, will not encounter any danger even if he goes to the area of level 10 orcs. At dusk, Chen Shu shook the novice sword in his hand, and the blood on the sword splashed everywhere. Level 8. Throughout the afternoon, Chen Shu rose from level 5 to level 8. Strength increased from 715 to 1135. The agility has also reached 170, which is even more abnormal than a fully agility thief. With the current attributes, in the level 10 monster area, except for the leader, all other monsters can be defeated with one sword. The sky has darkened. Chen Shu decided to return to Donglai town. After killing so many monsters, all the materials were not collected. The low-grade black pig has nothing good except pork. Black pork is worthless when sold. Spending all that time collecting it would be better off killing more black pigs. The only good thing is that killing the black pig exploded a weapon. Steel sword. Quality. Black iron. Attributes. Strength plus 12. Level. LV5. After equipping it, it increases strength by 12 points, which is a full 10 points more than the 2 points of strength of the novice sword. After returning to Donglai town, Chen Shu entered the hotel to rest. He had gained quite a lot from the whole day. It is several times, even dozens of times better than the free novice copy. The other side, Lan Yujiao has left the dungeon, and her level has reached level 2 at 47%. Among all the professionals who participated in the novice copy, she was the one who upgraded the fastest. Zhao Zhao, you leveled up so fast. I only got 67% at level 1, but you actually reached level 2. You are worthy of being a genius student in number 1 middle school. Yes, the main battle type rare profession is strong, and our Zhao Zhao is the darling of heaven. 2 girls from class 1 surrounded Lan Yujiao, with envy and a hint of admiration on their faces. Come on. Lan Yu cherished her words like gold and just said, come on, before turning and leaving. The 2 girls looked at Lan Yujiao's leaving figure, clasping their delicate hands. They must also work hard to upgrade, reach level 10 within 7 days, and enter a better professional university. The next day, Chen Shu held a stainless steel sword and entered the area where the level 10 orcs were. When the orcs gathered together saw Chen Shu, they were like starving ghosts seeing food, wanting to tear him into pieces and eat him. Chen Shu explores the attributes of level 10 orcs. Orc, level 10, Constitution 52, Strength 126, Agility 19, Skills, Earth-Splitting Slash, Violent Strike. The orcs have more than 1100 HP, and level 10 professionals need to form a team to kill them. Chen Shu doesn't need it, he basically kills an orc with one sword. Minus 1095. Chen Shu killed an orc with a light sword. Congratulations on killing the level 10 orc, experience plus 120. Leap level 2 killing increases experience by 20%. As long as you kill more than 100 orcs, you can reach level 9. Congratulations on killing the level 10 orc, experience plus 120. Congratulations on killing the level 10 orc, experience plus 120. A few hours later, a soft white light enveloped Chen Shu. Chen Shu finally reached level 10. The second god level talent has been unlocked. Chen Shu's hands were trembling slightly. When he opened the second panel, a smile appeared on Chen Shu's lips. Name, Chen Shu. Occupation, Warrior. Level 0%. 10-fold increase in attribute points. Each time you advance to a level, the fixed attribute points and free attribute points obtained increase tenfold. 100 times physical damage. Any type of physical damage can be dealt back at 100 times the physical damage, ignoring unreasonable defenses, shields, immunity, and blood locks. 10 times attack bonus. Not unlocked, unlocked automatically when reaching level 30. 1000 times spell counter damage. Not unlocked, unlocked automatically when reaching level 50. I turned off the panel with great excitement. 210 points of constitution, converted into chi and blood, is 4200. Level 10 professionals don't wear equipment, and the most HP is in shield combat with all points added, which is about 3200 HP. After level 10 of Chen Shu, after adding points to all physical attributes, upgrading to a level will increase blood points by 2400 plus 400 equals 2800. This is just before level 20. From level 21 to level 40, each level increases the blood volume by 3600 plus 600 equals 4200. Stop thinking about it and collect the orc's tusks quickly. One tusk can be exchanged for 10 Dragon Country coins. The fangs of more than 300 orcs can be exchanged for more than 6,000 Dragon Country coins. This is Chen Shu's living expenses for a year. This time he came to Donglai town and had already spent 500 Longguo coins. If he didn't make some money, he could stay in Donglai town for 2 more days at most. An hour later, the orc tusks were collected. Just as he was about to get up and return, a shocking roar came from behind Chen Shu. A tall figure appeared not far away. Orc Commander. Level 12. Constitution 102. Strength 281. Agility 67. Skills. Consecutive cuts, roar. He is worthy of being the leader of the orcs, and his attributes are much higher than those of ordinary orcs. As a level 12 professional, if you challenge the orc leader alone, you will die. Only a well-equipped team of professionals can kill the orc leader. I will not move until the enemy is immovable. Chen Shu wanted to experiment with the effect of 100 times physical damage retaliation. The orcs, on the other hand, don't dare to act rashly. A human who can kill all his younger brothers is definitely not a good person. There was a stalemate for several minutes. After Chen Shu put the stainless steel sword into the warehouse, he walked towards the orc leader with firm steps. Ho! The orc leader's eyes were red. He just went out to visit and tease the goblin next door. However, just when it returned to its own sphere of influence, it found that all its younger brothers had been wiped out. The goblins could tolerate this situation, but the orc leader would never tolerate it. The furious orc leader raised his mace and threw it at Chen Shu. -61. The digitized body will not be bruised, and -61 points of blood flowed out of Chen Shu's head. -6,100 floated above the head of the orc leader. The two data appeared at the same time. At the same time that Chen Shu lost 61 points of blood, the orc leader had suffered 100 times physical damage. Thump! The orc leader's blood instantly dropped to 0, his vision went dark, and his huge body fell violently to the ground. Congratulations on killing the level 12 orc leader, experience plus 240. There was no fierce fighting at the scene, but Chen Shu received a blow from the orc leader. The battle ended so easily. It was a tragedy for the orc leader to meet Chen Shu. After his death, he generously exploded 2 items. Orc Belt, Quality, Black Iron, Attributes, Constitution 25. Level, LV 10. Mace, Quality, Black Iron, Attributes, plus 4/5 Strength. Level, LV 10. In addition to an orc belt, a mace used by the orc leader was also revealed. Chen Shu felt that the explosion rate was good, and he was worthy of being the leader of the orcs. Without hesitation, he put the orc belt and mace into the warehouse. He had no plans to equip them on his body. Even though they could bring about a slight improvement in attributes, they were just the icing on the cake in his eyes. For other players, 2 items can help them kill monsters more easily. Get more experience and level up faster. Thinking that someone might be in urgent need of these 2 items, if these 2 items were sold to the official exchange of the Dragon Kingdom, they would be able to sell at least more than 30,000 Dragon Kingdom coins. Chen Shu has some expectations in his heart. If it can really sell for more than 30,000 yuan, it will be a huge income for him. Chen Shu was no longer immersed in his imagination, he looked around. The orc area has been basically cleared. It would take 6 hours to restore the number of orcs. If you want to completely eliminate the monsters in Donglai town, you need to clear the level 20 Beast's Nest copy, which is the highest level of Nightmare. As for this Beast's Nest copy, Chen Shu will not consider it for the time being. If he has the ability to clear it, he will not clear the Nightmare level. If all the mobs around are eliminated, the professionals in Haiyu City will have one less place to level up. Professionals from the Dragon Kingdom's military might be able to pass the Nightmare level, but they didn't do so, that's why. Don't think too much. Chen Shu is going back to Donglai town to recharge his batteries. Reaching level 10 is the threshold for applying to a professional university. If you want to apply for a top professional university, you must at least reach level 15 or above. After level 10, the upgrade experience will also be greatly improved, and the upgrade speed will definitely not be as fast as before. If you want to level up quickly, you need to kill monsters beyond the level. However, this world has its own rules. If the monster you kill is 5 levels lower than your own level, or 10 levels higher than your own level, you will not gain any experience points. At Chen Shu's current level, he can maximize his experience by killing a level 20 wind wolf. All the way forward, thinking about the follow-up arrangements. When Chen Shu arrived at Donglai town, night had fallen. The roars of various monsters could be heard around Donglai town. It is too late to return to Haiyu City to sell weapons and equipment today. Can only wait for the next day. Chen Shu rested comfortably for a night in Donglai town. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the sky is high, the clouds are wide, and the sun is bright. At this time, Chen Shu was already standing in front of the gate of the Longguo Official Exchange. The Dragon Kingdom's official exchange located in Haiyu City has an undisputed dominant position. Its trading platform brings together a variety of commodities, weapons, equipment, materials, etc. As Chen Shu, who came to the Longguo Official Exchange for the first time, although he was not familiar with this environment, it would not affect his next actions. Because, for first-time visitors, a series of detailed introductory guides are thoughtfully provided. However, in addition to the official exchange of Dragon Kingdom, there are 3 large exchanges in Haiyu City, controlled by the most influential local families. For Chen Shu, he only recognizes the official exchange of Longguo. Chen Shu stretched out his hand to rub his cheek and stepped into the official exchange. The lobby on the first floor is very grand, but there are only a few professionals. I don't know whether it's because it's still early, or because there are few professionals in the official exchange. Chen Shu went directly to the trading window of the exchange hall. Hello sir, it's my pleasure to serve you. At the reception window, a young lady wearing work clothes was smiling and her soft voice sounded very comfortable. Hello, I'd like to sell some materials. Sir, this is the sales window. To sell materials, please go to the material recycling hall on the 2nd floor. Thanks. Chen Shu thanked him politely, turned around and left the transaction window. Material recycling hall on the 2nd floor. There are professionals waiting in line at each recycling point. The contrast is obvious. There are obviously many more people selling things than buying things. Waited in line for about 10 minutes. Chen Shu sold the orc fangs and gained more than 6,000 Dragon Country coins. Leave the material recovery window. There were relatively few people at the weapons and equipment recycling window, so it took him a few minutes to wait in line. He took out the mace and the orc belt and handed them to the staff of the exchange. The attributes of the orc belt were quite satisfactory, and the price did not deviate from Chen Shu's expectations. The quote given by the staff was 14,000 Longguo coins. As for the mace, the staff checked the price and gave a price of 39,000. The price of the mace far exceeded Chen Shu's expectation. His expected price was around 15,000. Sir, are you sure you want to sell the weapons and belts? Chen Shu nodded with certainty. Of course he had to sell it, and exchanging it for Dragon Kingdom coins was the most important thing. Now that it has been confirmed, the transaction is completed smoothly. Chen Shu left the official exchange, and the Longguo currency was already printed on his bank card. At noon, Chen Shu found a restaurant and had a good meal. During the 2 days he stayed in Donglai town, he ate only dry food prepared in the warehouse. He never went to a restaurant in Donglai town. After coming out of the restaurant, Chen Shu went to the food store. Purchased some compressed dry food and purified water for wilderness survival. After he reaches a higher level, he may not return to Donglai town to rest. It is very possible to make do with it in the wild overnight, or it is possible to continue to spawn monsters at night. At around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Chen Shu returned to Donglai town again. Today's Donglai town is extremely lively. Most of the professionals who had gained experience in the novice copy before had reached level 5. Students with family backgrounds have come to Donglai town under the arrangement of their families. Among them are Lan Yujiao and Shui Yang. Hey, isn't that Chen Shu? I heard that he did not participate in the novice secret realm. The former academic masters have become scumbags. They don't even participate in the novice dungeon. I guess he is still at level 0 now. Yes, the wilderness is so dangerous. If he goes there alone, he will die. He shouldn't be that stupid. 3 boys gathered together and whispered. When the wall falls down, everyone pushes it. When the drum is broken, thousands of people beat it. Chen Shu has not awakened the rare main combat profession, which is somewhat inconsistent with his reputation as a top student. People who were once overwhelmed by him began to rebound. Because the distance is relatively far, Chen Shu didn't hear the conversation between the three people. Even if he heard it, Chen Shu wouldn't refute it. The college entrance examination will be in a few days. Chen Shu wants to become a genius when he takes the college entrance examination. Walk some distance alone. A familiar figure appeared in front of Chen Shu. Lan Yujiao is the beautiful girl of heaven in number 1 middle school and an awakener of the rare profession of main combat type. Lan Yujiao was wearing level 5 black iron equipment and did not have the function to hide the equipment. Chen Shu took a closer look and saw that Lan Yujiao seemed to have undergone subtle changes compared to a few days ago. She looked more confident and noble, and she looked even more heroic in her equipment. Chen Shu, let's level up together. Chen Shu was slightly stunned. This iceberg beauty actually invited him to level up together. The sun doesn't seem to come out from the west today. Chen Shu showed a smile on his face and said very politely, "Thank you, Mr. Lan, for your kindness. Let's work together." Before Lan Yujiao could speak, Chen Shu had already stepped away. Looking at the retreating figure, Lan Yujiao's delicate little face frowned slightly. She invited Chen Shu to show her superiority. Feel the thrill of comparing Chen Shu. There were still a few hours until dark. Lan Yujiao went to the wild with a sparring partner from her family. "Miss, you are about to reach level 7. If one more person shares the experience, it will affect your upgrade speed." "Yes, the college entrance examination is in a few days. I heard that the minimum level to apply for top vocational universities this year is level 15. The Lan family's sparring partner disapproved of bringing Chen Shu into the team. They were only responsible for the young lady of the Lan family and left all the benefits to Lan Yujiao. Lan Yu was silent. She didn't want to explain, and she didn't know how to explain anything. She just walked towards the wild areas. Chen Shu put his hands in his pockets and walked slowly towards the level 20 wind wolf area. All the monsters that attacked him along the way were killed. It's a bit sad to die. Because some low-level monsters couldn't break through Chen Shu's defense and still stared at Chen Shu. These low-level monsters' IQs are not online, they like to be reckless, and as a result, their own lives are lost due to their recklessness. Along the way, in the low-level monster area, there are more people practicing. Basically, they are played in teams, and occasionally there are strong players who can play alone. Students with family sparring should go directly to the area where the goblins are. After all, you have more experience in leapfrogging. As for Lan Yujiao, she went directly to the level 10 orc area. Chen Shu was a little curious. So far he had not met Shui Yang, a rich and handsome man. Shui Yang was currently in the south of Donglai town, training level 15 leopard hyenas under the leadership of his family sparring partner. Chen Shu didn't see that Wang Jiming, so he didn't know where he was. At this time, Wang Jiming was sleeping at home. After the newbie copy came out, he was going to take a day off. Recharge your batteries before heading to Donglai town. Having already reached level 6, he is not worried about finding a team to practice with. Half an hour later, Chen Shu arrived at Fenglang's area. Just use probing techniques to investigate. Wind Wolf. Level 20. Constitution 253. Strength 367. Agility 325. Skills: Swift Wind, Crazy Bite. Chen Shu rubbed his face gently. Slowly inserting his hands into his trouser pockets, he walked towards the wind wolves with firm steps. It is easy and quick to kill the wind wolf by using physical counter-injury as little as possible. In the open wilderness, the wind wolves gathered together were stunned. A human fool came over to die. If you don't eat the fat in your mouth, you won't eat it for free. Several wind wolves rushed towards Chen Shu. -167. -162. -16,700. -16,200. Several wind wolves rushed in front, with terrifying 5-digit injuries floating above their heads. Plop, plop. Congratulations on beating level 10 and killing the level 20 wind wolf. Your experience will be +400. Congratulations on beating level 10 and killing the level 20 wind wolf. Your experience will be +400. Several wind wolves fell straight to the ground, and the wind wolves behind them were stunned. The level 20 wind wolf is not a fool, and its IQ is much higher than that of low-level monsters. Several wind wolves were trembling on their hind legs and purring from their mouths. Feng Lang, who was standing in front, didn't want to move. Chen Shu stood there waiting for his health to recover, looking at Feng Lang with a smile. In order to save money, he did not buy a potion to restore his health, and could only wait for his health to recover on its own. After a few minutes of stalemate between man and wolf, Chen Shu saw that the wind wolves had no intention of attacking, so he rushed into the wind wolves with a stainless steel sword in hand. Ouch! OOW. With Chen Shu's damage, there is no way to kill wind wolf instantly. Unable to be killed, Chen Shu stabbed randomly in the wolf pile. The level 20 wind wolf was killed by the level 10 human and fled in all directions. Some wind wolves were stubborn and couldn't help but bite Chen Shu. The result was obvious, and they were directly injured and died. Chen Shu stabbed and slashed among the wolves. Hurrah! The wolves ran towards the north, and Chen Shu chased after them with his sword. The wolves ran to the south, and Chen Shu returned to the south. Due to the large number, Feng Lang couldn't raise his speed at all, and Chen Shu could easily catch up with Feng Lang and slash. A person chases a group of wolves and keeps running around the level 20 wind wolf area. Kill a wind wolf with 5 swords, and your experience points will steadily increase. 4 hours later, Chen Shu's body was shrouded in a soft white light, and the energy and blood he had lost before was instantly restored to full value. Mom, wind wolf, he's so good at running. I'll go to the level 19 monster area tomorrow. A level 19 sloth bear doesn't have such speed. Chen Shu gasped. It took a full 4 hours of killing to get from level 10 to level 11. Get 120 free attribute points. Chen Shu added all free attribute points to the constitution. Name, Chen Shu. Physique, 350. Strength, 1435. Agility, 230. Spirit, 230. Chen Shu has been upgraded. The level 20 wind wolf is half as powerful. Commander Feng Lang began to feel that something bad was going on. If he continued to allow the situation in front of him to develop, he might not have any wolf brother available when fighting other monsters at night. Perhaps its old life will also be lost here. No matter what he did, the leader of the wind wolf didn't care about the wolf face, and ran towards a jungle on 4 wolf legs. The commander ran away, and a bunch of wolf cubs followed him. The number of wind wolves was reduced, and the advantage in speed was completely revealed. Chen Shu could not catch up with his speed. It was a pity to watch the wind wolf disappear from sight, but there was nothing we could do about it. The sky gradually became dark. Chen Shu was about to return to Donglai town to rest. People are like iron, and food is like steel. If you don't eat one meal, you will feel hungry. The compressed dry food stored in the warehouse is for emergency needs, and Chen Shu does not plan to use these reserves at this time. Just when his feet were just starting to move, Chen Shu keenly felt the spatial fluctuations surging behind him. When he turned back, endless surprise appeared on his face. As space continues to distort, a vortex appeared in front of Chen Shu. A tablet appeared in the sky below the whirlpool. Copy of level 10 equipment. The difficulty of the dungeon is divided into easy, medium, hard, hell, and nightmare. The quality of the equipment produced by the dungeon is related to the difficulty of the dungeon. The greater the difficulty, the better the quality of the equipment produced. Easy difficulty dungeons, medium difficulty dungeons, hard difficulty dungeons, and hell difficulty dungeons have been cleared in each area. After entering, the equipment output will be reduced by 50%. If you fail to clear the dungeon within 5 hours, you will be forcibly sent away. This copy will stay in place for 3 days. Chen Shu looked at the inscription carefully, and the copy in front of him only left the nightmare difficulty level and failed to clear it. Explain that this random copy has appeared many times, and the place where it appears is also random. Nowadays, the order of equipment that Chen Shu knows is black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. As for what level of equipment is behind the diamond, it was not mentioned in the high school books, nor did his class teacher Zhang Xiao. Chen Shu did not hesitate and directly pressed his hand on the inscription, and a panel appeared above the inscription. Choose Nightmare difficulty. The vortex rotated rapidly, and a strong suction force sent Chen Shu into the copy site. Entering the dungeon site, the level 10 dungeon officially begins. The copy is divided into 3 levels. On the first floor, in a square, clear out 500 level 10 skeleton warriors scattered everywhere. The second floor is also a square. Clean up 500 level 10 evil zombies scattered everywhere. The third floor is still a square, but there is an altar in the middle. Kill the 4 bosses in the southeast, northwest and northwest. Collect 4 tokens and release the final boss before killing them. First floor square. Skeleton warrior. Level 10. Constitution 200. Strength 300. Agility 100. Skill combo. Mom, the skeleton warrior on the first level is so perverted. No wonder no one has passed the nightmare difficulty level. Chen Shu looked at the attributes of the skeleton warrior and said, I'm sorry. Time passed by minute. Chen Shu immediately equipped himself with a stainless steel sword and stabbed towards a skeleton warrior. -1235. Chen Shu's sword caused the skeleton warrior to lose a quarter of his health. Based on blood volume, it takes 4 swords to kill this skeleton warrior. Killing one by one was too slow. Chen Shu stabbed each skeleton with a sword, and used hatred to attract, gathering the skeleton warriors. The man stood in the center of the square and let the skeleton warrior chop him hard. The skeleton warrior's skeleton knife kept slashing at Chen Shu. -1, -100, -1, -100. 10 minutes later, Chen Hao felt bad. 500 skeleton warriors swarmed forward. Although 1 point of blood was forcibly deducted, they could not withstand the huge number. Chen Shu slashed at the skeleton warrior again with his sword. An hour later, the last skeleton warrior fell to the ground and turned into a pile of bones. Chen Shu still has 4,236 HP left. It's bullshit that mom is selling it, but it can't break my defense. It will be better when I level up a few more levels and my health points increase. 500 skeleton warriors were killed, and Chen Shu did not gain any experience. There are 7 pieces of various equipment scattered on the ground. 4 skull helmets, 2 pairs of skull boots, and 1 skull necklace. They are all black iron attributes, and there is no bronze attribute equipment at all. Skull helmet, quality, black iron, attributes, +4/5 constitution. Level, LV10. Skeleton boots, quality, black iron. Attributes, +40 agility. Level, LV10. Skull necklace. Quality, black iron. Attributes, +50 spirit. Level, LV10. The level 10 equipment was just right for Chen Shu to wear, and the excess was taken back to Haiyu City to sell. After the skeleton warriors are cleared, the entrance to the second floor opens automatically. Chen Shu entered the second floor without any hesitation. Evil zombie. Level 10. Constitution 400. Strength 600. Agility 100. Skills King Kong body, corpse poison. Chen Shu's mouth opened wide with a look of shock on his face. The high school textbook said that corpse poison is quite annoying. Once you are infected with corpse poison, you will lose 1% of your blood volume every second, and the duration is 10 seconds. Calculated in this way, 70 blood points will be lost in 1 second. Never rush into a zombie swarm. Once surrounded, it is a dead word. Fortunately, the agility of evil zombies is not high. Chen Shu can use his speed advantage to deal with these evil zombies. An evil zombie with 8,000 health, Chen Shu needs to cut 8 swords. Just do it. Chen Shu used the strategy of slashing with a sword and running away. It took a full 2 hours to kill all the evil zombies on the second floor. In order not to lose a percentage of his health after being poisoned, Chen Shu did not use physical counter-injury. The evil zombies on the second floor have a higher explosion rate than the skeletons on the first floor. A total of 11 pieces of equipment were dropped. Among them are 6 pieces of evil armor, 4 pieces of evil leggings, and 1 evil ring. Evil armor. Quality, black iron. Attributes, +40 constitution. Level, LV10. Evil leggings. Quality, black iron. Attributes, +40 constitution. Level, LV10. Evil ring. Quality, bronze. Attributes, +65 strength. Additional skill. Corpse poison. When attacking the target, there is a 15% chance of being poisoned by corpse poison. After being poisoned, 1% of blood will be lost every second, and the duration is 10 seconds. Level. LV10. Put on the acquired equipment again. Name. Chen Shu. Physique. 475. Strength. 1512. Agility. 270. Spirit. 280. Good stuff. I wonder what equipment the boss on the third floor will drop. Chen Shu looked forward to the entrance of the third floor with expectation on his face. Chapter 11. There was already a sea of people outside the entrance to the dungeon. 3 hours ago, Chen Shu opened the Nightmare Difficulty dungeon and was immediately discovered by keen professionals. They spread the word to 10, and it became a well-known hotspot in an instant. This is a level 10 equipment copy. The minimum entry level is level 10 and the maximum level does not exceed level 20. In short, professionals who are above level 10 or below level 21 have the opportunity to participate. In order to obtain the dungeon equipment, professionals who meet the level requirements rushed over to clear the dungeon. The Haiyu City Professionals Association has already taken action, and the vice president led 25 professionals to the dungeon site quickly. In order to ensure the safety of low-level professionals, they set up a tight security zone around the dungeon. There is no limit to the number of times this copy can be played. Time is the equipment. Work hard every moment. Only in this way can you get greater benefits than in the wild. The attributes of the equipment revealed in the dungeon far exceed those in the wild. If Haiyu City can have such a large amount of dungeon equipment, the overall strength of low-level professionals will be greatly improved. Lan Yujiao also knew about the copy, but she was not very interested in it. The most important thing now is to work hard to upgrade. Brush a copy. Someone in the family will go. The third level inside the copy. The place where Chen Shu is located is on the east side of the square. Looking around, I saw the first mini-boss. Elite Skeleton Commander. Level. 15. Constitution. 1200. Strength. 1100. Agility. 400. Skills. Combos, counter-attacks. Without any hesitation, Chen Shu directly held the stainless steel sword and killed the elite skeleton commander. A sword stabbed into the skeleton of the elite skeleton commander. -312. Roar. Kaka. Kaka. The elite skeleton leader moved his bones and his whole body made a clicking sound. Before Chen Shu could react, a long knife slashed at Chen Shu. -625. -62,500. -625 floated on Chen Shu's head. -62,500 floated on the head of the elite skeleton leader. Wow! With the sound of bones scattered on the ground, the elite skeleton commander was directly wounded and taken away. 2 pieces of level 15 equipment and a black token were left on the ground. It's a pity that both pieces of equipment are of black iron quality. Skull helmet. Quality. Black iron. Attributes. +80 Constitution. Level. LV15. Skeleton boots. Quality. Black iron. Attributes. +75 Agility. Level. LV15. Chen Shu happily put the equipment into the warehouse and walked towards the mini-boss in the other direction. North of the square, the second mini-boss appeared in front of Chen Shu. Elite Skeleton Mage. Level. 15. Constitution. 400. Strength. 130. Agility. 220. Spirit. 1200. Skills. Fireball. Wall of Fire. Chen Shu stood there and did not move rashly. The small fireball increases spell damage by 15%, and the cooling time takes 3 seconds. Chen Shu can swing the sword several times within 3 seconds. In close combat, you must not be kited by the elite skeleton mage. Chen Shu raised his sword and charged towards the elite skeleton mage. A few minutes later, the elite skeleton mage turned into a pile of bones. The equipment dropped by the elite skeleton mage is the same as that of the elite skeleton commander, including the skeleton helmet and skeleton boots, but the quantity is 1 more. Chen Shu happily put away his equipment, took a black token, and walked towards the small boss to the west. Evil Zombie Commander. Level. 15. Constitution. 3000. Strength. 1700. Agility. 235. Skills. King Kong Body, Corpse Poison, Stench. Mom, This evil zombie's command data exploded. Fortunately, it's not a magic zombie. Without words, Chen Shu once again held the sword in his hand and bravely attacked the evil zombie leader. A sword struck hard on the evil zombie leader. -1. If you can't break the defense of the evil zombie leader, just force a little blood. Ho! The evil zombie leader slapped Chen Shu with his claws. -1225. -122,500. Another two numbers floated up at the same time. Chen Shu was killed with 1225 HP by a claw. The evil zombie leader was sent away with 100 times the damage. Chen Shu's luck was so-so and he was not poisoned by corpse poison. He only needed to rest for a few minutes and the lost blood volume would be replenished. 3 pieces of equipment and a black token drop next to the evil zombie leader. 2 of the armors and 1 leggings are still of black iron quality. Chen Shu didn't bother to look at the attributes and directly put the 3 pieces of equipment into the warehouse. After a few minutes, Chen Shu held a stainless steel sword in his hand and walked towards the last mini-boss. Elite Evil Zombie. Level 15. Constitution 2500. Strength 2200. Agility 210. Skills: King Kong Body, Corpse Poison, Roar. Chen Shu looked at the attributes of the elite evil zombies and breathed a sigh of relief. Zombies that are not magic type are easy to deal with. Attack is the best defense, but Chen Shu's offense is to arouse the anger of the elite evil zombies. -1. Or forcefully deduct 1 point of blood volume. The elite evil zombie didn't roar, but slapped Chen Shu with his backhand. -1525. -152,500. The blood tank of elite evil zombies is instantly cleared. Boom! The bulky body of the elite evil zombie hit the ground heavily. There was only 1 piece of equipment that exploded this time. Chen Shu was excited when she saw the color of the equipment. Evil Boots. Quality: Bronze. Attributes: +85 Agility. Level: LV 15. Additional skills: Roar activates skills, increase attack power by 20% within 10 seconds, cooldown time is 300 seconds. Chen Shu carefully put away his evil boots. The last black token has been collected. Mom sells batches, the final boss, here I come. Chen Shu walked towards the altar in the middle with great expectations. The center of the altar. There are 4 card slots left, which should be where the black tokens are inserted. Chen Shu took out 4 black tokens. Insert the black token into the card slot. Boom! The altar shook. A figure wearing black armor and holding a sword appeared in the center of the altar. Who awakened this general? He has not been awakened for hundreds of years. Chen Shu looked at the figure in front of him and was shocked after investigating. Ghost General of the Abyss. Level 20. Constitution 5000. Strength 4000. Agility 800. Spirit 500. Skills: Shocking Blow, Sweep, Indestructible, Hidden. Mom, you are the final boss. You are only level 20. Your statistics are so abnormal. How can you kill me? The Abyss Ghost General glanced at Chen Shu, showing a bloodthirsty expression. Human ants, are you afraid? Being able to enter this place is considered your strength, but you can't pass this level. Today, Ben will slowly torture you and keep you in fear of death. Chen Shu doesn't care about fear or not. He waved his sword without hesitation, pointing directly at the Abyss Ghost General. Chen Shu is not worried at all as he is not an Abyss Ghost General from the legal system. Although the level 20 Abyss Ghost General does very high damage, he cannot kill Chen Shu in one blow. As long as he is not defeated, Chen Shu can send the Abyss Ghost General away. -1, -1, comma. Chen Shu stabbed several times in succession, and each time he stabbed, 1 blood was forcibly deducted. The evil eyes of the Abyss Ghost General showed disdain. Ha ha ha, have fun, let's make a death struggle. The ghost of the Abyss resounded with its sinister laughter throughout the 3rd floor. However, Chen Shu turned a blind eye to this. He just silently waved the long sword in his hand and kept attacking the Ghost General. As long as the Abyss Ghost takes action, it will be the end of this copy. There is still more than an hour left. Chen Shu firmly believes that the Abyss Ghost General is by no means indifferent. Perhaps stimulating him with words will have an effect. At this moment, the Abyss Ghost would hold his arms tightly and let Chen Shu's stainless steel sword penetrate his body. Time passed minute by minute, and in half an hour, he would be forced to leave this copy. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect the Abyss Ghost to be a coward and take another strike from me. Chen Shu's sword did not stab the Abyss Ghost General's body, but his crotch. -1. Although 1 point of blood is still forced to be deducted, the damage is not great and it is extremely insulting. The Abyss Ghost will not respond, so continue to stab. In the blink of an eye, 10 minutes passed. The Abyss Ghost General's face became more and more gloomy, and the murderous intention in his heart became more and more intense. Human ant, your dignity cannot be insulted, I will send you back to the west right now. Under Chen Shu's provocation, the Abyss Ghost General finally couldn't bear it anymore. The broadsword slashed hard at Chen Shu. -3,525. -352,500. The Abyss Ghost General's blood tank was cleared, and his strong body collapsed. Mom sells batches. My pricking hands are sore. You finally can't help but take action. Congratulations to player Chen Shu for clearing the Nightmare Dungeon for the first time. After 5 minutes, you will be forced to leave the dungeon. Finally cleared the level. At this time, Chen Shu looked at the equipment on the ground stupidly. Ghost Sword. Quality. Silver. Attributes. +610 strength. Level. LV20. Additional skill. Shocking blow all-round group skill. Increased damage by 35%. The enemy hit will be stunned for 2 seconds. Cooling time is 1 hour. Evil Ring. Quality. Gold. Attributes. +235 strength +210 constitution. Level. LV20. Additional skill. Invisibility. Activate the skill to enter the invisible state, lasting 20 seconds, with a cooldown of 12 hours. After being shocked for a few seconds, Chen Shu recovered and quickly put away his weapons and equipment. There was also a level 20 bronze armor, which Chen Shu did not check. This time, the harvest was quite fruitful. A gold-quality evil ghost ring could be sold for at least 1 million dragon national coins. Suddenly, a mysterious light shrouded Chen Shu. Chen Shu appears outside the copy. It's dark now, but there are bright lights around the entrance to the dungeon. There are also many professionals gathered near the entrance of the dungeon. At this time, the inscription at the entrance to the copy shone with white light. After a moment of silence, the crowd gathered at the entrance to the copy showed surprise and surprise. Congratulations on clearing the Nightmare Difficulty Dungeon. As a reward for clearing the Nightmare Difficulty Dungeon for the first time, this dungeon will stay for 1 more day. Is that team so awesome that they cleared the Nightmare Difficulty Dungeon? Awesome, awesome, I want to hug my thighs. The Nightmare Difficulty Dungeon, I don't know if I got silver equipment. A group of professionals began to look for the suspicious team, but no one thought it was a solo attack. Professionals who can master difficulty alone are masters among masters, let alone nightmare difficulty. Chen Shu didn't stay long, he didn't want to waste time in the Nightmare Difficulty Dungeon. I will take the college entrance examination in a few days. The top priority is to level up. Somewhere in the abyss. The Abyss Ghost will stand up from the chair, with a bloodthirsty look on his face. He knew that his clone was killed and he remembered Chen Shu's appearance. As for how he died, he didn't know. I have remembered your appearance. As long as you step into the abyss, you will be hunted endlessly. Early the next morning, a ray of morning sun spreads across the earth like a spring breeze. Chen Shu stood upright outside the gate of the Longguo official exchange and waited eagerly. Now that many professionals are eager to try out the dungeon together, if they take advantage of this craze to sell their excess equipment, they might be able to get a pretty good price. Keep the equipment you need and sell the rest to the official exchange. 9 a.m. The official exchange doors open on time. Chen Shu walked into the exchange calmly. There is no need for any intense haggling, the official exchange is always fair and equitable when it comes to price. However, in order to maintain normal order within the exchange, officials will make necessary inquiries about the source of the equipment. There are many incidents of gangsters taking place in the wild, and those equipment will not be sold to official exchanges. These equipment are basically digested by other exchanges. At present, the dungeon fever in Donglai town is in full swing, and the employees of Guangdong Exchange can identify the characteristics of these equipment originating from the dungeon at a glance. Half an hour later, when Chen Shu left the official exchange, his account had an extra 2.17 million Longguo coins. The equipment was replaced with Dragon Kingdom coins, and Chen Shu's heart settled down. It's not that Chen Shu is greedy for money. Money can solve 99% of things in Water Blue Star. The other 1% may be because the money spent is not enough. If you have money, you can hire a sparring partner, and if you have money, you can buy top-notch equipment. At 10:30 in the morning, Chen Shu returned to the wilds of Donglai town. Leveling up is a top priority. Chen Shu held a stainless steel sword in hand and began to devote himself to killing monsters. When night falls, Chen Shu has been promoted to level 13. Sloth Bear is indeed an extremely easy target to kill, one sword at a time, very efficient. There is no need to use physical counter-injury, mainly because it is difficult for Sloth Bear to break through Chen Shu's defense. Go back and rest, or continue to invest in killing monsters. After Chen Shu thought for a moment, he chose the path of continuing to farm monsters in the wild. Since there are no monsters around Donglai town that pose a threat, Chen Shu feels relieved. If the experience points were not restricted by the rules, Chen Shu could have challenged more advanced monsters. Under the light of night, Chen Shu moved towards a more advanced area. Let's not go to the Wind Wolf area for now, because those wolf cubs run away too fast. It is safer to choose the level 22 Horned Lizard area with greater profits. When the sun slowly rises from the horizon the next day, Chen Shu has been promoted to level 16. The gentle sunshine shone on Chen Shu's body, revealing a tired but slightly determined face. Although Chen Shu spent the entire night grinding monsters, he never rested for a moment, but his eyes were still bright, full of fighting spirit and hope. With the current level, Chen Shu should be the well-deserved number 1 among the senior high school professionals in Haiyu City. Donglai Town. Chen Shu found a hotel and planned to rest for a while to regain his energy before going to the wild to kill monsters. Wild areas. Lan Yujiao was surrounded by a white light. The level directly changed to level 13. Congratulations, Miss, for being promoted to level 13. Miss, you've been painting all night, do you want to take a rest? Unnecessary. Lan Yujiao's answer was clear and concise. She wanted to enter the best professional university and would always step on Chen Shu. The two sparring partners looked at each other. Since the lady wouldn't leave, they had no choice but to continue killing monsters with her. Come to the south of the town. Shui Yang shot a level 10 monster to death with one arrow. A ray of white light also shone on Shui Yang. Master, you have been upgraded to level 11. Your speed is truly unmatched. You must be the top scorer in the college entrance examination in Lanhai City. The Shui family's sparring partner immediately praised Shui Yang flatteringly. There are definitely benefits to complimenting properly. It's a bit difficult to get the top spot in the college entrance examination, and there's that iceberg of Lan Yujiao standing in the way. We won't have any rest tonight. We will have to kill monsters all night long, trying to reach level 15 before the college entrance examination starts. Shui Yang is still somewhat self-aware. The Lan family is strong and Lan Yujiao is a rare profession, so the upgrade speed will definitely not slow down. Moreover, Shui Yang had heard of Lan Yujiao's unwillingness to admit defeat. In the current situation, Chen Shu is no longer within Shui Yang's consideration, and his only opponent is Lan Yujiao. Come east to the west side of the town. Wang Jiming and 4 others were in the area with level 9 monsters. No one accompanies them to gain experience. Relying on 5 main combat professionals to form a team to kill monsters, the speed can be imagined. There are 5 of them, and none of them has reached level 9. During the college entrance examination, you still need to work harder to get into a mid-level vocational university. If they want to get into a top vocational university, there is no hope at all. 11 p.m. Chen Shu left the small hotel quietly. He is already wearing level 15 equipment, and his attributes have improved a bit. When his equipment is worn on his body, outsiders cannot see it at all. Each professional can set the equipment to be invisible on his panel. However, some boring professionals like to show off their equipment. Chen Shu stopped at the gate of Donglai town. After level 15, the upgrade speed slows down. I wonder if I can upgrade to level 17 this afternoon. The goal in the afternoon is the level 25 dwarf crocodile. Although this creature is difficult to deal with, you can kill one with 2 swords, so it is relatively easy to kill. Little classmate, I see you again. A familiar voice sounded behind Chen Shu. Chen Shu turned around slowly. A faint smile appeared on his face. Lan Fengling has been successfully promoted to level 20, and the 3 teammates behind her have also been promoted to level 20. Lan Fengling walked steadily, stopped in front of Chen Shu, and stared at Chen Shu quietly. Little classmate, what level are you at now? The levels of Lan Fengling and others were visible, but Chen Shu's level was hidden by him. Outsiders can't tell what level he is at all. I'm level 16 now. Chen Shu answered truthfully, but Lan Fengling and 3 teammates stood aside blankly. A few days ago, Chen Shu was a level 0 rookie. In just a few days, he has reached level 16. They all upgraded to dogs. Last year when they were in their 3rd year of high school, they did not have the threshold to enter level 10 because they were careless. Later, 5 people formed a team and came to Donglai Town to earn money and upgrade at the same time. It took a year to reach level 20. Little classmate, you didn't lie to us, did you? One of Lan Fengling's teammates asked with a frown. Chen Shu silently turned on the hidden settings, and the number 16 came into view. Wow, I wonder how my little classmate practices and upgrades. Another teammate asked curiously. Actually, I have a sparring partner to take me. But because I have something to do today and need to return to Haiyu City, I want to level up alone. Regardless of whether Lan Fengling and her teammates believed it or not, Chen Shu gave an explanation that he thought was reasonable. Little classmate, are you interested in killing the dungeon? I heard that the equipment drop rate is pretty good. Lan Fengling sent out an invitation, but her 3 teammates didn't send the invitation correctly. There is a 4-level difference between the 2 sides. After entering the dungeon, you will have 1 more combat power, which can speed up the dungeon grinding. Chen Shu doesn't want to go to the dungeon. He wants to continue to gain experience and level up quickly. However, seeing Lan Fengling's sincere invitation, Chen Shu was a little wavering. Go ahead, the 5 of us happen to form a team, and I don't worry about others joining us. Yes, little classmate, don't think about it anymore, we will take you through it, there won't be any danger. Yes, let's farm the simple ones first. If we're lucky, we'll make a profit by dropping 2 pieces of equipment. After selling the equipment, your share will be indispensable. Lan Fengling's 3 teammates also strongly invited Chen Shu. Chen Shu frowned and stopped thinking about upgrading. I grind dungeons during the day and go to the level 25 area alone at night to level up. Okay, I'll go with you. As for safety, you don't have to worry about me. I have level 15 equipment. Chen Shu expressed his stance, and Lan Fengling and 3 teammates smiled. Little classmate, what's your name? Let's introduce each other. Since they formed a team, Lan Fengling felt that they should also get to know each other. I am a student of number 1 middle school, my name is Chen Shu, a warrior. I am the cousin of your classmate. My name is Lan Fengling, an archer. Hello, classmate Chen, my name is He Dao, an archer. Classmate Chen, my name is Zhao Feng, master. Classmate Chen, my name is Lu Yuming, warrior. The 5 people reported their names and occupations. As for age, Chen Shu was the youngest. Lan Fengling and the 4 of them participated in Awakening last year, and they are all 1 year older than Chen Shu. Chen Shu, judging from the personnel configuration of our team, the shortcomings are quite obvious. There are 2 melee fighters, 3 ranged fighters, no auxiliary professionals, and no human shields. Actually, those of us were originally the ones who missed the college entrance examination last year. According to the general situation, the main combat professions should definitely be the most popular ones. It was just because a few of us were quite rebellious at that time that we finally became it looks like this now. Chen Shu did not expand on this topic because everyone has a unique lifestyle. His ideal is to avenge his father and stand at the top of the pyramid. Half an hour later, the 5 people arrived at the entrance of the copy. As the captain, Lan Fengling stepped forward to open the copy. The difficulty of the copy is easy. Chen Shu, don't worry, after entering the dungeon, I will hold the battle for you from behind. He Dao said with a smile. It's okay, it's just a simple copy. Our level is there. Zhao Feng also said something. Chen Shu is nervous. He was not nervous at all. He passed all the nightmare difficulty dungeons in a single brush, and there was no pressure at all on the simple dungeons. He was just curious about how easy the easy difficulty copy was. Lan Fengling just selected the difficulty. A handsome young man walked up to Lan Fengling. After glancing at Lan Fengling, he said calmly, "The eldest lady of the Lan family also participated in this rubbish dungeon. Why was she abandoned by her own family? Shui Hai, your bad mouth needs to be cured. Aren't you also in front of the garbage copy? Let's see. We are all in the same situation, and neither of us is valued by our family. Let's compare together to see who can complete this simple copy quickly. Do you dare to challenge? Let's compete. If we win, you will call me Sister Lan when you see me next time. Okay, if we win, call me Brother Hai when you see me next time." The two agreed and happily accepted the other's bet. "Lu Zi, please wait outside until which one of us comes out of the instance first, and record the time it takes." After Shui Hai gave his instructions, he also chose the easy difficulty dungeon. So, the two teams entered the simple copy together. The first level within the copy. Chen Shu glanced at the skeleton warrior. Quantity only 100. The attributes have shrunk significantly, and the blood volume is only 1/5 of the nightmare level. Not only the blood volume, but all attributes are 1/5 of the nightmare level. This is just like killing a child with one sword. Chen Shu, don't worry, these skeleton warriors will do very little damage. Seeing that Chen Shu was a little dull, Lan Fengling opened her mouth to comfort him. Chen Shu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He was not worried. He saw these skeleton warriors as pitiful. Kill. As a soldier, Lu Yuming was the first to rush forward. -492. Chen Shu looked at the numbers floating above the skull warrior's head and was sure that Lu Yuming was also wearing equipment. If he doesn't wear any equipment, even if he uses all his strength, his sword should be able to cut off about 260 of the skeleton warrior's HP. Others also began to attack the skeleton warrior. Chen Shu observed everyone and basically killed a skeleton warrior with 2 attacks. Without any further hesitation, Chen Shu charged towards the skeleton warrior with his sword. Sure enough, one sword kills a kid. Chen Shu's agility has exceeded 300, and his speed even exceeds that of a fully agile thief. 2 minutes later, all the skeleton warriors disappeared. Lan Fengling looked at Chen Shu blankly, and the other 3 also looked blank. Chen Shu's movement speed is so fast and his attack power is so strong. Is this really something that an ordinary warrior can possess? Could it be that he is a hidden profession that mainly focuses on combat? Lan Fengling also doubts life, while Lu Yuming's worldview has collapsed. "Captain Lan, a piece of black iron equipment exploded, put it away quickly." Chen Shu's shout made everyone wake up from the shock. After Lan Fengling put away the equipment, the 5 people immediately headed to the second floor. Still the same recipe. Knife a small zombie. This time I became an air force and killed 100 zombies without any equipment being exploded. Enter the third floor. The attributes of the mini-boss dropped even more sharply, shrinking 7 to 8 times. In just a few minutes, 4 mini-bosses were killed by 5 people. Exploded a piece of black iron equipment. There is no final boss fight in the simple dungeon, and even in the medium, difficult, and hell dungeons, there is no final abyss ghost general. Defeating the 4 mini-boss means passing the level. 5 people were teleported out of the copy. Xiao Lu, who was waiting outside, had an expression of disbelief. It's so fast. It only took 10 minutes to successfully pass the simple copy. Shui Hai and the others probably just finished the battle of the skeleton warriors on the first level. The 5 people stood quietly. Lu Yuming was still a little confused. After Chen Shu entered the dungeon, he was not hit by a monster. The mobs will strike one at a time, the boss will run away after hitting him, and he will strike again with his backhand. Kill the boss with full health. In the past, Lu Yuming would not have believed that such a thing existed. Now that seeing is believing, he, who is also a warrior, feels that his career as a warrior is fake and Chen Shu's is the real warrior. In the entire dungeon, Chen Shu was the strongest DPS, and none of their 4 main battle professions combined could kill as many people as Chen Shu. Waited for half an hour. Shui Hai's team successfully cleared the simple dungeon. The clearance time is about 3 times that of Lan Fengling and his team. Ha ha ha, Shui Hai, when you see me from now on, call me Sister Lan. We came out half an hour ago. Lan Fengling felt very happy. Her relationship with Shui Hai was actually pretty good, and she usually had more contact with them. However, there has always been a competitive relationship between the two, and they have always been at par with each other. Xiaolu, did they really come out half an hour ago? Shui Hai looked shocked and looked at Xiaolu, who was standing aside, wanting to confirm from Xiaolu. Master Shui, Miss Lan didn't lie, their team came out half an hour ago. Impossible, absolutely impossible. I know Miss Lan's strength, and I also know the strength of several of his teammates. Nothing is impossible, don't you know? The official exchange in Haiyu City sells high-quality black iron equipment. When Lan Fengling said this, Shui Hai was a little surprised. He really didn't know about the official exchange. Someone actually sold high-quality black iron equipment to the official exchange. Okay, a gentleman's words are hard to follow, Sister Lan. Shui Hai is a person who can afford to give up. Since he loses, he will fulfill his bet. Yes, Sister Lan agreed, continue to clear the dungeon. Lan Fengling was in a happy mood. After nodding towards Shui Hai, she led a few people to continue playing the dungeon. This time, Lan Fengling chose a copy of medium difficulty. The attributes of the skeleton warriors on the first level have been increased. The same goes for the evil zombies on the second level. It took a total of half an hour to complete the medium difficulty dungeon. As for the difficulty level dungeon, Lan Fengling didn't want to enter it, so it was better to brush it at medium difficulty level. I can brush it several times until it gets dark. As for after dark, she didn't want to hang around outside. She was going back to get some beauty sleep. As for Chen Shu, after dark, his destination is the area with level 25 monsters. Dusk. The sky slowly darkened. Lan Fengling temporarily stopped entering the copy. Question mark. They fought for several hours and finally got 11 pieces of black iron equipment. Question mark. Chen Shu was assigned 3 pieces of black iron equipment, and no one in the entire team raised any objections. Question mark. The one who made the biggest contribution was undoubtedly Chen Shu, who deservedly received an extra piece of equipment. After saying goodbye to each other, Lan Fengling took the 3 of them back to Donglai town. Chen Shu went to the level 25 dwarf crocodile area. Another whole night of killing. All the level 25 dwarf crocodiles were killed, and even the level 26 short-tailed martens next door were affected. When the morning sun rises, Chen Shu rose to level 17, 58%. The chance of losing equipment in the wild is indeed very low. After a whole night of killing, Chen Shu became an air force again. Not a single piece of black iron equipment exploded. Chen Shu rubbed his cheeks and prepared to go back to Donglai town to take a rest. It's really fun to spawn monsters at night, no one bothers you and no one stops to watch and get bad thoughts. As for the dropped materials, he collected all that could be collected. The equipment was not exploded, and the collected materials could still be sold for money. Donglai town. As soon as Chen Shu entered the door of the small hotel, Shui Yang returned to Donglai town from the wild with 2 sparring partners. At this time, his level has been promoted to level 13. When I start taking the college entrance examination, it is appropriate to reach level 15. Obviously, Shui Yang could no longer hold back his inner joy, but he did not get carried away because above him, there was Lan Yujiao, who was extremely powerful. Master, the day after tomorrow is the day to go back to school to concentrate. Do you think I can take a few hours of rest today? Reaching level 15 is the common mission of the 2 sparring partners, and they hope to achieve this goal as soon as possible. If you return smoothly, you may be able to get a generous reward from the Shui family head. We have a 4-hour break today. After lunch, we will go to the wild to spawn monsters and level up. Shui Yang made this proposal with great expectation. He also hopes to advance to level 15 earlier so that he can have the opportunity to apply for a top professional university. Follow the master's instructions. The 2 sparring partners replied energetically at the same time. Inside the small hotel, Chen Shu had already entered a deep sleep. And the other side, Lan Yujiao has already faced the morning sun and started a new day of upgrading. Facing the upcoming college entrance examination and completing the goal of level 16, she is already confident. It's not impossible to reach level 17. With her perseverance and unwillingness to admit defeat, she can make another impact. Tonight, the rest time of the two sparring partners may be disrupted by her persistence. In any case, level 17 will definitely be in her bag. Her dream is not only to squeeze into a top professional school, but also to get the top score in the college entrance examination in Haiyu City. In the entire Haiyu City, she is the only one who has awakened a rare profession. At noon, Chen Shu got up from the bed. After a few hours of peaceful sleep, I felt refreshed and energetic. After simply enjoying some food, Chen Shu embarked on a journey to the wild to farm monsters and upgrade with full confidence. Before the college entrance examination, he did not set a clear upgrade goal, but he hoped to go all out. If he could reach level 20, that would be his biggest wish. Due to the special nature of the dungeon, the place for spawning monsters and upgrading is not crowded. Monsters can be farmed every day, but dungeons that drop equipment are not common. Chen Shu started killing monsters in the 27 monster area to upgrade. In the evening, he successfully reached level 18. At this moment, all level 27 monsters have been cleared away. Chen Shu sat on the ground and took a rest. The level of monsters increased, and the speed of spawning monsters decreased accordingly. This is mainly because his attack power does not increase simultaneously with the increase in monster level. The monster attacks Chen Shu, but cannot break through his defense. It can only forcibly deduct 1 health point, and only 100 health points are returned after being injured. Should the existing point-adding strategy be changed? Chen Shu began to think deeply. However, in the long run, physical fitness is undoubtedly the best choice, and nightmare-level bosses in dungeons and secret realms will become even more powerful. As for the monsters on the frontline battlefield, their attack power and defense power are quite high, so adding strength may not have much effect. Instead, he preferred to put all his potential points into physical fitness. When you unlock the 10-fold attack bonus at level 30, your damage will skyrocket. Monsters do not consider single combat, launching group attacks as their traditional method. Otherwise, how could there be so many beast-tied incidents? Chen Shu seemed to be strongly inspired, and his thinking suddenly became clear and clear. Attribute points continued to increase towards physical fitness. After resting for 10 minutes, Chen Shu went to the level 28 area. It was another passionate night, and Chen Shu felt that she was really crazy. In order to level up, in order to increase strength, I work endlessly to clear monsters. When the sun rises in the morning, Chen Shu's level reached level 18, 89%. When the sun rose 3 poles high, Chen Shu was enveloped in white light and successfully reached level 19. Chen Shu rubbed his cheek vigorously. Are you going to go back and rest? Chen Shu chose to stay in the wild. Must return to school tomorrow afternoon. The professional college entrance examination is not held in Haiyu City. All professionals in Donghai Province will gather in Tangling City. Tangling City, the capital of Donghai Province, has successfully held dozens of college entrance examinations. You can become stronger by upgrading, come on. Chen Shu cheered himself up to get rid of the fatigue of continuously killing monsters. In the level 29 leopard-tailed cat area, Chen Shu walks among the leopard-tailed cats. -1, -100, densely -1s popped up above his head. Chen Shu's current health gauge was so thick that he was not worried about an accident at all. At dusk, all level 29 leopard-tailed cats were injured and died. Chen Shu checks the experience. Level 19, 31%. Mom sells batch. According to this progress, I should be able to reach level 20 before noon tomorrow. Looking at the leopard-tailed cat corpses on the ground, Chen Shu touched his cheek. I simply ate some compressed dry food. Keep fighting at night. But, you need to go to the low-level monster area. The level 29 leopard-tailed cat needs to wait 6 hours to be refreshed. Throughout the night, Chen Shu killed level 28 to level 26 monsters. When the first ray of light shines on the earth in the morning, Chen Shu carefully examined the experience values on the panel. Level 19, 93%. If this trend continues, before lunch, or even before lunchtime, he is expected to reach a new level and join the ranks of level 20. Around 10 a.m., Chen Shu was surrounded by a dazzling white light, and in an instant, he stepped onto a new level, LV.20. When a professional reaches the critical point of level 10, he has a chance to learn new skills. Chen Shu obviously did not have this luck when he was at level 10. This essentially constitutes the essential difference between rare main battle professions and common main battle professions. Rare professionals in the main combat category can learn a skill on their own during the process of promotion to level 10, 20, 30 or even 100, with a success rate of up to 100%. However, compared to ordinary main combat professionals, their ability to comprehend skills completely depends on their personal character. During this promotion, Chen Shu's character exploded and he successfully mastered a brand new skill. Chen Shu did not hesitate to equip the level 20 Ghost Head Sword and Evil Ghost Ring, and put all the free attribute points into physical fitness. Open your own properties panel. Name, Chen Shu. Occupation, Warrior. Level, 20, 0.02%. Physique, 1985. Strength, 2525. Agility, 460. Spirit, 490. Free attribute points, 0. Skills, charge, slash, sweep thousands of troops. Charge, charge towards an enemy. The struck object will be stunned for 1 second and its movement speed will be reduced by 35% for 6 seconds. The cooldown time is 60 seconds. Heavy slash, slams a single target, increasing self-damage by 25%, with a cooldown of 30 seconds. Sweep an army. Explode shocking group damage, which can hit up to 30 targets. Each target will bear 120% of its own damage, and the cooldown time is 180 seconds. Additional skills. Roar. Activate skills. Increase attack power by 20% within 10 seconds, cooldown time is 300 seconds. Shocking blow. A group skill that increases damage by 35%. Enemies hit will fall into a coma for 2 seconds, with a cooldown of 1 hour. Invisibility. Activate the skill to enter the invisibility state, which lasts for 20 seconds and has a cooldown time of 12 hours. Corpse poison. When attacking the target, there is a 15% chance of being poisoned by corpse poison. After being poisoned, 1% of blood will be lost every second, and the duration is 10 seconds. Mom sells batches. This panel looks much more comfortable now. Chen Shu gently closed the panel, removed the ghost head saber and put it into the warehouse. He raised his head and looked towards the south of Donglai town. In the past few days, he had been frantically spawning monsters in the wild, and finally successfully upgraded himself from a 0 novice professional to a level 20 junior professional. The pressure was with him every minute, but he finally broke free. The college entrance examination for professionals is about to begin. I, Chen Shu, am here. A shout full of energy took away the fatigue accumulated in the past few days. In the area on the other side, those students who failed to fulfill their expectations are still working hard to level up monsters and silently improve their level strength. Among them were Lan Yujiao, Shui Yang and Wang Jiming. However, for those students who already felt that their level was enough to cope with the professional college entrance examination, they chose to leave quietly. Chen Shu had fulfilled his expectations and chose to leave quietly. Haiyu City. Chen Shu stepped into a busy restaurant. It was a busy time in the hotel at this moment. The small restaurant was packed with seats and the atmosphere was very warm. Boss, please help me pack a beef fried rice and a pork steak, thank you. Although Chen Shu had enough money, he did not choose to waste it extravagantly. You know, after entering a professional university, unknown expenses will be a huge burden. Therefore, he would rather save unnecessary expenses and make some preparations for the future. There is food in hand, so don't panic. After paying the bill, Chen Shu waited patiently for the boss to carefully pack the meal for him. During this period, he leaned against the bar and closed his eyes to rest. Have you heard? Something happened over there at Haiyu No. 2 Middle School. A sound of gossip broke into Chen Shu's ears. Chen Shu's closed eyes suddenly opened. Chen Shu looked at the sound. In front of him was a handsome young man with a streak of yellow in his hair. Sitting opposite him was a woman wearing black tights with a hint of purple in her hair. At first glance, the combination of the two looks like a young couple. Before the man could speak, the mysterious woman couldn't wait to ask, what happened? The man pondered for a moment, shook his hand suddenly, cleared his throat and replied in a low voice, "Reliable news, 3 main combat professionals in number. 2 middle school have been killed. Hear this." The woman in black didn't seem to care at all, and said lightly, "What's all the fuss about?" "That's what the main combat profession is like. There is a huge danger hidden behind the scenery." The man was not affected by the other party's cold attitude. But this time he was not killed in the wild, but was brutally murdered in Haiyu City. It is said that people from the professional association are conducting a large-scale search. The words just fell. The goddess in black raised her head solemnly. He looked at the man with a puzzled look and asked softly, "You and I are both professionals in life. Ordinary outsiders probably don't know much about these things, right?" To this, the man looked triumphant. He explained confidently, "Because my good friend happens to work in the professional association, and we had dinner together last night, and he happened to let it slip." "Little brother, are you telling the truth?" A bald man at the table next to the man asked. "Uncle, please remove the fine print and call me brother, I will be happy." "Ha ha ha, this young man." As soon as these words came out, many guests in the restaurant burst into laughter. The woman in black gave the man a sharp look and lowered her head. Brother, is what you said before true?" Another bald man sitting next to the bald man asked eagerly. "Ahem, this is absolutely true. I'm not worried. I'm just a professional who does hard physical work. I shouldn't be targeted." At this time, the restaurant staff served the food. The man wanted to continue talking, but was stopped by a sharp look from the woman in black sitting opposite him. "Let's eat first. We still have important matters to deal with in the afternoon," the woman in black said calmly. Hearing this, the man nodded slightly embarrassed. Then he quickly picked up the chopsticks on the table and started sweeping up the food like a whirlwind. The woman in black didn't care too much about this matter. After hearing this, Chen Shu became suspicious. Were the 3 people killed in number 2 middle school students or teachers? However, the man did not tell these details. If they are really students, is there some kind of force that is deliberately targeting all students participating in the professional college entrance examination? Or maybe the 3 people who were killed had some personal grudges with a certain force. If it is the first situation and a certain force targets students preparing for the college entrance examination, let alone the senior high school students in the second middle school, they are in danger. In their number, 1 middle school and several other high schools, senior high school students preparing for the college entrance examination are all in danger. If the person who was killed was a teacher from number 2 middle school, then the matter becomes even more bizarre and unpredictable. What kind of powerful force could kill all 3 teachers quietly? "Sir, the beef fried rice you ordered has been packed for you." The voice of the hotel waiter brought Chen Shu, who was immersed in thought, back to reality. "Thanks." Chen Shu thanked the waiter sincerely and left with the fragrant beef fried rice in his hand. Free in the park, Chen Shu found a bench and sat down, and eagerly opened the disposable lunch box containing beef fried rice. The thick aroma filled the air instantly, making him hungry. The originally hastily prepared breakfast only consisted of 2 small pieces of compressed dry food, but now at this time, he was already so hungry that his chest was pressed against his back. Chen Shu skillfully tore open the disposable chopsticks and began to feast. In just 10 minutes, he swept away an entire lunch box full of beef fried rice. "Ah, it's so delicious." Chen Shu let out a loud burp with satisfaction, then gently tossed the disposable lunch box in his hand and threw it firmly into the trash can. Dang dang stare. There was a burst of compact and panicked footsteps not far away. It was like exploding drums beating in Chen Shu's ears. Chen Shu glanced not far away inadvertently, and saw 5 figures rushing towards him like a gust of wind and rain. They were dressed in uniforms of the Professionals Association, and their eyes shone with fire-like anxiety and expectation. Chen Shu was full of curiosity. He did not notice anything strange in the free park, nor did he see any fights or attacks. What on earth happened? However, that irresistible curiosity led Chen Shu to rush in the direction where the 5 people left. Chen Shu's agility has reached an astonishing 460. This was enough for him to catch up with the 5 people in front of him in an instant. Only a few minutes passed. The 5 people entered a majestic skyscraper. Faced with the suspenseful situation before us, Chen Shu quickly followed without hesitation, without any pause. When Chen Shu arrived at the rooftop of the building, he saw a girl in a flowing white dress sitting on the edge of the rooftop, her long hair dancing gently in the wind. Not far from her, the 5 members of the Professionals Association were standing in silence, with solemn expressions. The atmosphere in the room was suffocatingly tense. The 5 people present did not dare to make a sound rashly, for fear of disturbing the girl sitting alone, which would lead to unpredictable consequences. "Did my father ask you to come?" The girl's voice is as melodious and charming as celestial music, making people feel extremely comfortable listening to it. "Miss, the president asked us to protect you." One of the professionals stepped forward and answered the girl's question respectfully. "I knew it was Qin Mingfeng who asked you to come. You will be preparing for the college entrance examination tomorrow. Has the case in our number 2 middle school been investigated?" "Miss Kijin, the case has been identified and is now handed over to the law enforcement team. However, the main culprit has not been caught yet." Chen Shu, who was standing behind, twitched his lips slightly. I listened to a general outline again, but no substantive content emerged. Go back to school and have a good rest." Chen Shu muttered in his heart and prepared to turn around and leave. Coincidentally, the moment Chen Shu turned around, the girl turned around. "Who are you? Why are you here?" The ethereal questioning voice entered Chen Shu's ears clearly like a clear spring in the morning mist. Upon hearing the question, the 5 members of the professional association quickly turned around and looked at Chen Shu with wary expressions. "Hello, I am a student of number 1 middle school. Why am I here? I came here in a daze." Chen Shu told the truth. Driven by curiosity, he came to the rooftop in a daze. You are really interesting." The girl curled her lips to show kindness and appreciation to Chen Shu. Chen Shu's handsome and charming face deeply attracted the girl's attention. She stood up gracefully from the edge of the rooftop, with a graceful gait, as if carrying some mysterious temptation, and gradually walked towards Chen Shu. "Hello, my name is Qin Yanren, and I am a student in Class 1, Grade 3, Number 2 Middle School. I am very happy to meet such a handsome boy like you." Qin Yanren stood in front of Chen Shu, with her hands folded behind her back, and she carefully looked at Chen Shu in front of her. "My name is Chen Shu, a student in Class 1, Grade 3, Number 1 Middle School. It's my honor to meet you." While Qin Yanren was looking at Chen Shu, he introduced himself politely. "So you are Chen Shu from Number 1 Middle School. I heard that you are a person who likes reading very much and is a top student in everyone's eyes. But I didn't expect that you are more handsome in real life than the rumors say." Qin Yanren looked at Chen Shu with a smile and amusement, but it made him feel inexplicably nervous. Chen Shu had never had a girlfriend before traveling here. When dealing with girls, he is a qualified novice. Chen Shu touched his cheek slightly awkwardly. His heart was filled with ups and downs, and he couldn't help but wonder how he should respond to the next conversation. "Chen Shu, what profession have you awakened?" Qin Yanren stepped forward to ask Chen Shu. The heat from her breath made Chen Shu feel his heart beat faster and his blood surge. I have awakened the main combat warrior." "That's great. I'm just the opposite. What I awakened is an auxiliary priest." After hearing this, Chen Shu blinked and seemed a little surprised. Then he couldn't help but cast his eyes on Qin Yanren's towering chest. The profession of wet nurse is very popular. Every team needs wet nurse. They will receive more care and protection on the battlefield. "Miss, let's take you back. You just came back from Donglai town not long ago and you should have a good rest." The previous professional interrupted the conversation between Qin Yanren and Chen Shu. "No, I want to have dinner with Chen Shu today. Donglai's days in the town were really miserable." Qin Yanren was not annoyed. She knew that the professional said this for her own good. Besides, she is not the kind of unreasonable and unruly young lady. Chen Shu blinked. What's going on? The two of them had only introduced each other for a few minutes. Is the girl from Number 2 Middle School so proactive? Compared to the ice cube in his class, Chen Shu was a little overwhelmed by the Qin Yanren in front of him. Compared with Lan Yujiao's stunning beauty, Qin Yanren also has an elegant and refined appearance. However, in terms of temperament, one is as passionate as fire and the other is as cold as frost, forming a sharp contrast. Now, steady and powerful footsteps came from the corridor, which touched everyone's heartstrings, and the tense atmosphere suddenly surged. The faces of the 5 professionals protecting Qin Yanren were solemn. Staring intently at the corridor below, Chen Shu's face showed no trace of worry. With his keen understanding of the footsteps, he deduced that the people coming were not enemy forces. As a very safe city, Haiyu City had eliminated some evil forces more than 10 years ago. Even if a fish slips through the net occasionally, it cannot cause substantial damage to Haiyu City. At this moment, the sound of heavy and firm footsteps reached everyone's ears more and more clearly. Wait for everyone to see the face of the visitor. Hello, President. The 5 professionals saluted. When others approached, Chen Shu was directly ignored by Qin Mingfang, and he didn't even bother to ask. Qin Mingfang said with a gloomy face, Yanren, you've had enough trouble, go home and have a good rest. Faced with such a scene, Chen Shu reached out and touched his cheek to relieve his embarrassment. Dad, you actually skipped work too. If this continues, you will soon be the president of the club. Qin Mingfang's face darkened after hearing these words, skipping work. He worked hard at the Professionals Association for 7 full years and never slacked off for a moment. And this time just happened to catch up with the end of the meeting and pass by here. Is this little cotton-padded jacket made of black-hearted cotton? Why are there always holes for ventilation? Yanren, stop fooling around. I just finished the meeting and happened to pass by here, so I stopped by to check on the situation. Oh, that's it, Dad, I have decided to have dinner with Chen Shu today. Qin Yanren's words made Qin Mingfang feel nervous. Who is Chen Shu? It seems that no big family in Haiyu City has the surname Chen. Who is Chen Shu? Why have I never heard of this person? Qin Mingfang frowned and thought hard, but couldn't figure out who Chen Shu was, so he could only shamelessly ask his precious daughter Qin Yanren. Look, it's him. Qin Yanren stretched out her white and tender fingers and pointed at Chen Shu, who was doing nothing on the other side, without hesitation. Qin Mingfang's always serious face now had a dark shadow. Marriage in the Dragon Kingdom is very obsessed with being well matched. The Chen Shu in front of him did not come from a wealthy family. He did not have a strong family background. This made Qin Mingfang unwilling to let him have anything to do with his daughter. Hello, President. Since there was no way to avoid it, Chen Shu walked up to Qin Mingfang generously, bowed lightly and greeted him politely. However, Qin Mingfang still had a serious face and did not give Chen Shu any response. The atmosphere at the scene became a little dull. After about 10 seconds, Qin Mingfang finally broke the silence. Are you a student of number 2 middle school? What profession have you awakened to? Chen Shu answered without hesitation. I am a student in number 1 middle school, and my profession is a main combat warrior. He told the truth and had nothing to hide. Qin Mingfang nodded slightly. Generally speaking, the main combat occupation has more potential than the life occupation. In the future, he will probably join the Professionals Association, and maybe become his subordinate. Seeing that Qin Mingfang was unmoved, Qin Yanren couldn't help but interjected. Dad, you know, he is the top student in number 1 middle school. Qin Mingfang glanced at his precious daughter, raised the corners of his mouth slightly, and showed a trace of imperceptible sarcasm on his face. So what if he is a top student? As long as he has not awakened the rare main combat profession, Qin Mingfang will not look down on him at all. In the entire Haiyu City, only Lan Yujiao of the Lan family has successfully awakened the rare main combat profession. If she hadn't been a girl, Qin Mingfang would have had to consider marrying his daughter to her. Do you really want to stay here and look at other people's faces? Chen Shu is not a little licker. He has no plans to date Qin Yanren or curry favor with the Qin family. His original motivation for coming here was just out of curiosity, and it was time to leave here and go back to school. Qin Yanren, nice to meet you. I wish you good results in the exam. Chen Shu did not greet Qin Mingfang. He did not owe Qin Mingfang anything and did not want to curry favor with Qin Mingfang. He turned around and left without hesitation, so quickly that even Qin Mingfang was a little surprised. It's just a surprise. After all, some warriors add potential points to agility for the purpose of escaping quickly. Dad, you are always like this. Look, you scared Chen Shu away. Qin Yanren was a little unhappy. Starting from junior high school, Qin Mingfang did not allow Qin Yanren to get too close to boys. As soon as there was any abnormality, Qin Mingfang would come out to beat the Mandarin ducks. Today, Qin Yanren sincerely invited Chen Shu to have dinner. After all, as a well-known top student in number 1 middle school, even though he has not successfully awakened the rare main combat profession. Yanren, remember, you must work hard to prepare for the exam. In the future, you should contact young talents with similar family backgrounds to yours. A child from an ordinary family like Chen Shu is really not worthy of you. Qin Yanren had a gloomy look on her face and lowered her head gently without saying a word. Her whole body was full of frustration and helplessness. Haiyu City Number 1 Middle School. Chen Shu returned to his dormitory. In the professional college entrance examination, I not only want to win the top prize in Haiyu City, but I can also consider winning the top prize in the province. Chen Shu's sonorous and powerful words were full of confidence and determination. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.